We'll see what the officials have to say about it, but I don't know. That's got to look like simulation to me, Phil.
We'd hate to see another play from the Strykers end up on the Under Review show.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Under Review, the most debatable decisions in the Major Arena Soccer League. I'm Phil Levanko. That's the head of officials, Ryan Sigich. And Ryan, this holiday season, I have to ask you the most important question of all. Is Die Hard a holiday movie?
Yes.
Okay, Ryan, first play here between the Mesquite Outlaws and the Empire Strykers. Second quarter, midway through, and Johnny Topete does not think this is a blue card against him, but I don't know, Ryan, this kind of looks like a trip to me.
Well, it's a holding foul, Phil. It's called in favor of Empire, so they have the free kick, but then about a good 2 seconds after the whistle's blown, you can see the Empire defender there sticks his leg out and intentionally trips the opponent. So I think the key here is that it happens well after the whistle. So you have referee Joe Salinas, who, by the way, is a really talented, up-and-coming young referee. I think he correctly issues the blue card 2-minute power play penalty.
So the power play then overtakes the holding call.
The holding call remains, so Empire will still have the free kick, but then there is the power play as well.
We stay in the same game between the Outlaws and the Strykers, and my man Johnny Topete is involved again. This time around, the play goes to video review, and the blue card is overturned. Ryan, can you explain why?
Well, so on first look, I mean, it looks like Topete, the defender, just blocks the Mesquite attacker on the counterattack. And, this foul had the foul not happened, it would have created a one-on-one with the goalkeeper as all the Empire players were pushed up for their power play. However, as we can see on video review, actually the camera angle from behind the goal, there's really minimal, if any, contact by Topete. And it's actually, I think, Ortiz of Mesquite that initiates the contact by sticking his leg out and then totally embellishes that contact to draw the blue card. So I think this is a really good example of VR working, getting the call correct. As Kia takes the blue card away, and Ortiz was given an embellishment warning.
Great job by the Empire, too, to catch that angle from behind so we can help the officials make the right call. Off to Milwaukee for the Comets versus the Wave. We're in the fourth quarter here. Milwaukee 6, Kansas City 4. And Ryan, this is straight from the law book. That is a handball.
Well, you can see Kansas City gaining possession of the ball and Sosa making a run there, an attempted pass that is deliberately handled by Steinwasser. And if he hadn't done that, Sosa would have been on to goal with the ball. So it's a tactical handball. It breaks up into tacked on goal. So Sosa wouldn't have had all the space in the world there. So good call by Mark Kadlesic. It's a 2-minute blue card power play.
Now, is there any shootout implications? Because it looks like he would be in on goal there.
Well, he didn't quite have possession of the ball yet, and it's not from behind, so no, it doesn't fall under the criteria for a shootout.
One more from this game. Fourth quarter, 7-5 Wave now, and my man on the comments is bowling over the Wave player like he's a safety on the Chiefs. Ryan, this is a 2-minute penalty, huh?
It's a 50-50 challenge at midfield, and a Kansas City player comes into it with the high straight leg, the bottom of his foot exposed. It's in the air, so he is motioning that he won the ball, which isn't relevant in this case because you can't legally win the ball in this fashion if there's any type of contact with the opponent, which there was. So even though his timing wasn't necessarily off, there's contact, which puts a Milwaukee player in a bit of a dangerous situation. However, I think the whistle here came a little bit too quick, as a delayed penalty would have been preferred, which would have given Milwaukee a 2v1. So it's always good as referees, we got to get in the habit of holding our whistle just slightly to see if an advantage is going to develop.
Last play for this week's show, the Mesquite Outlaws down in San Diego taking on the Sockers. The Brits call this handbags. The Canadians call this a Donnybrook. Germans might call it a kerfuffle. I don't think this is much here. Ryan, what about you?
Yeah, I don't see much. I think it's a lot of nothing, really. I think we've got Pablo being Pablo and Childs being Childs, and then everybody comes through. And I think the correct call is made here, just the 2 minutes against them both. I don't see anything else on this.
Yeah, the good call was made here. Just 2 minutes for being silly billies. And that's it for this version of Under Review. Ryan, there is no rest for the weary. We are going to work straight through the holidays.
Yes, we are, Phil. A lot of matchups coming up.
And we do that for you, the viewer.
Thanks, Phil. Wishing everyone a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas.